Hi folks, well I'm still wearing my cap, as you can see Ian, nice and warm. It's a bit windy outside, so I thought I'd better put it on today. Got my jacket on as well because it's quite blowy outside. I put the old ear on. Anyway, I got to apologise first for the last chat what I had with you guys, and I did say about Ian, who sent me the the bits and pieces. I got them both mixed up. I got all the parcels all mixed up and everything. I did put it in the comments down below, so in the last video, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Too much whiskey, I think. Anyway, let's get on with this one. As always, I'll start with a few comments what few you guys left me again. Nice ones received by Kevin Balmer, John Davey, Robert Fathers, David Yates, Michael Dalin, Derek Nelson, Simon Gamblin, John Moore, Jeff Baker, Ian Hulley, again the guy who sends me quite a few things, Brian Stevers from Thailand. I'm not going to keep drawing me, I had a shave since last time, it's come back again. Martin Dare, the other yapper, he's worse than me. Tommy Flying At, and Grim Stimpson and Derek Rowe. I can't say everybody because like I said, I run out of time. Anyway, few people sent things in saying, Rick's Diecast Workshop, great job Bob, keep on waffling. Great to hear your appreciation for your subscribers and their gifts. Great makeover, I love the Spitfire and the Vitesse. Power to the rattle can. Yeah, power to the rattle can indeed. Rick, Tim Zinek, absolutely top job Bob, the best mate, excellent results every time, without any fancy airbrushes or tools. You simply get the job done with common sense, no bullshit, or buoy, but I just added that bit. Keith Edmonds, once again, nice job Bob, both cars looking good, excellent, looking good, excellent channel, keep the rest of those coming. Well, I'll try to. Bart Verhagen, enjoy every minute of this vid as usual. Thanks, mate. Paul McCormack, sorry. Bob, I've been watching your channel now for a few months. Made my first comment to you when you repainted an old friend of mine, the Cortina console. Well, what I'd like to know is I have boxes full of my old toy cars, and I'd like to restore some. Do you have a list? Listen to this. Do I have a list of the stuff you need to start? Well, he's on about the tap and die set being an odd part he would probably end up needing. Well, no, not necessarily, mate. If you can use rivets, I mean, it's a lot easier with rivets, I find anyway. I'm going off the tap and die side of it. Or could I make a short video about the tools I use? Paul, all you got to do is use your noggin, mate. And whatever comes to hand, there's no special tools needed for any of this. You just use whatever you can find. Obviously you need a drill to drill it out, and you need to spray paint in your undercoat. But it's all common sense. There's no special. I couldn't make a list because I come up with a different idea every time. Like for something, if I come across something, you get around it by using this and figuring out what you're going to do to fix it. There's no way I can make a list of it. You just use your common sense, mate. It's nothing. It's not rocket science, I mean, you just pick it up as you go along. Just basic stuff. That's all you need. Basic tools. Pin my diecast, Paul. Funny job. It's funny, Bob. Nowadays I watch your videos for the yap. Then he flicks through to the end to see how it come out at the end. He says probably because I'm another restorer, and but he loves the banter. I'm a funny guy apparently, so I've got to ignore the pillocks that posts and negative posts. Tony Dowling, another great video, Bob. Thanks for very two nice finished cars. Loved the red on the Spitfire. Steve Adams, great video, Bob. Really enjoyed it. Graham Mummery, 2 stunning Rustles. Bob, absolutely brilliant as always. Thank you. Cheers, Graham. Cheers to everybody. Gaza P, he's the guy who sent these 2 cars in. He said, whoa, he said, to be honest, I thought the Vitesse was past restoration. Nothing's past restoration, believe me. There's always something you can do. Glad I stuck that suspension plate in with it now. My heart sank when that pillar broke, yeah, so did mine. But super cool, Bob, so did it. Love the colours on both too. Glad you like them, Gaz, or Gary. Jeff Quickfall, great job, Bob. Sorry, maybe the rubber pieces, because there's 2 little rubber pieces I told you was in that hinge, serve 2 purposes. One, to reduce the looseness of the hinge, yeah, most probably, and to add friction to the hood so it stays up when it's placed in the open position. Of course, they probably dried and shrunk, so a piece of silicone gasket tubing would work well. Probably would, yeah, but they was alright actually. They were pretty hard rubber still. They only needed popping out, but they were in good nick, so I just reused them. Alan Saxton, lovely jubbly, Bob. Both Triumphs turned out well. I must admit the Spitfire never looked that good when it was new. Thanks for explaining the seatbelt setup. Well, it wasn't a lot. It's just pops off underneath, but you got to open the car to do it. That's the first time I've seen it. An excellent result all round. Thanks a lot, Al. Classic boat. Mike off-grid experiments. I've never seen this one before. Those came out a treat. I'm in love with the red Spitfire. Everybody likes that red Spitfire. Wild Rover 434. Another great video, Bob. What a pain when the pillar broke on the Vitesse. Yeah, it was. That happened to me when I did a Corgi Land Rover. Never mind though, you sorted it fine. Both models looked a treat when you finished them, and I'm looking forward to when you do the Matchbox mixer, because he's just done one, and he wants to see how I want to go around doing it. He wrecked it when he was a kid apparently, so he wants to see how I'm going to go about it, so he's looking forward to when I do that one. Like I said, I've got to wait for a few bits. I've got the over there, I've got the trailer and the digger. I've got to get some tracks for that digger, and I'm having a pain in the bum trying to get them. I just bought some, but they're too small. They're for the smaller version, so that was a wasted £4. But there you go, that's what happens in this game. Scale Street Garage. Thought you'd taken up delivering Hovis when I first saw the cap. Cars look fab as always, Bob. Keep nattering and let the haters hate. Funky. Gigi, or Gigi, I don't know how you pronounce it. Like your simple, down-to-earth approach, but I do wish you'd use a voice rather than handheld for drilling. Well, as you know, I've now got the old pillar drill, so I've been using that quite a bit now. And surgical type gloves when you're using caustic soda, and the other chemicals. I loved the fluoride when I was in my early teens, and the Volkswagen Common Gear. The box was a very nice touch. It's talking about the fluoride I'd done. There's a nice young lady from Hong Kong or Japan or somewhere, I don't know, it's in that area. Anyway, Gigi, thanks for your comment, and I'll be careful, alright, just for you. Don't worry, I've been doing it a while now, so don't panic. I never wear gloves, only when my hand is cold. Metal Miner, hi Bob, fantastic job on the Studebaker, I love the colour, nice to see your drill press holder working, does a nice job. Steve from California. Cheers Steve. Paddy O'Brien, you always find a cool vintage car to restore. Well, it's you guys sending them in to me, that's what's open out now, because I don't have to go out looking so much. Igor Tashenko, now I'm a Corgi and dinky cars, Now I collect Corgi and dinky cars whenever possible. Method of disassembly for painting is the same. I like the trick with the rivet too. How do you feel about a threaded rivet twisted with a rubber tipped rod tool? Thank you for your attention to detail. Even the screw head is painted. I don't know what he means by threaded rivet twisted with a rubber tipped rod tool. I don't know what. I'm sorry mate, but you got me there. I ain't got a clue what you're on about there. Thanks for the nice comment though, but anyway, John Davey, on about the old pinstriping, when I've done the pinstriping on the Batmobile. He said, cool hand Luke, if you remember the film. I remember it. I remember it well. I've watched it loads of times. Paul Newman, the great Paul Newman, when he eat all them eggs and his belly swelled up. That was funny. Bill Bailey. Hi Bob, great video as always. Keep up the chat, and again, thanks for the inspiration with the pinstriping. Never again. Keep them coming, mate. Bill Bailey from Melbourne, Australia. I did tell you, Bill, I said that you wouldn't want to do it again. It's a horrible job. That's why I don't do many of them. It's bloody awful. You got to keep your hands so steady, and it's so, it's painstaking. I hate doing it. That's, like I said, I don't, I stay away from doing them if I can. But I do the odd one occasionally. I've got this one now. I still haven't put it together yet. The one what I showed on the video, I still haven't put any innards in it yet and put it together. Camper van detector man. Another great job, Bob. Love the tyres. Looks good with the chrome. By the way, use silicone glue dots for the screen from the pound shop. Just peel off and roll. Keep up the good work. I've never seen them. I'll have to keep my eye on it. We've got a pound shop down my way, so I'll have to keep my eye on for that, because it sounds quite easy. Just peel it off and then just push them in. It's a lot easier messing around with. I got a big tube over here, like a big one of them gun things. The old big long silicone, like industrial one. I just take the top off of that and gets a little bit on the edge of the old stick and put that on there. That's what I've been using. If I get the odd screen that you got to stick in, it goes off like hard rubber, doesn't it? It's fish tanks and stuff. Ian Bragnack. This is a guy who sent me the old the cap and the jelly belly. What is it? I've got one here actually. I've got the he's got a thing about jelly babies, I think. The name's Jelly, James Jelly. I don't know if you can see that. It's a beer mat. And see the little Jelly James Bond stood next to the car there. He's got a thing about jelly babies. He done me a calendar and some other stuff. Fridge magnets, and he's got like a Corgi car, and he's got like a little jelly baby stood next to it. But I don't know, it must like jelly babies, that's all I can say. And he's the guy who sent me the Matchbox, tractor unit and the cement mixer and all that stuff. He's the one who sent me that, so I'll be doing that next year when I get the old parts for the tyres and things like that and the tracks. I did say about tracks, because Ian, you sent me the tractor unit and the trailer. Well, look what I found down the boot sale only last week. The actual K8 dumper or digger, whatever it is, shovel thing, Caterpillar shovel. That is the actual one for this set. So I know I haven't got the little man, but I ain't bothered about that. But I'm looking for some tracks for this one now, so I can do that as part of the restoration with the two that you sent me, and plus the cement mixer I could do as well. But that's the actual one for that set. So I was lucky to find that. Only £1 out of some toy box. I just looked on the underneath and it said K8, and I thought, that's a set that Ian sent me. So I'm going to do all that with it together and do it as all one set then. So that was lucky. Jeff Baker, you the man, Bob. Super job, my friend. Take care from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, also known as the land of pleasant living. Probably is nice there. I got that from a National Beer advert. That's the last. Robert Garrett. He asked if I've done a Triumph 2000 Mark 1 by Dinky. Well, no, I've never had one. I did say, I said if I had one, I'd do it, but I've never had one. I don't even know what they look like. I've never even looked at one. He said we would have to try and find one and get it to you. So, well, yeah. Hopefully, if you get me one, you find one somewhere and send it. I'll do it. And finally, Chris Smith. Excellent work again, Bob. I'm now on the lookout for a cheap Spitfire as well. Chris Smith, that's the guy who works with my uncle. Anyway, this video here, what we're gonna watch now is the Ferrari Berlinetta. 314, and there's a guy called David Legault who's been waiting for this. He's been pestering me on the comments for this one, because he's not sure about the rivet posts. He said the rivet posts are very tiny and he's having problems with them. Well, if you look at this video, Dave, you'll see that you don't have to drill out them two little side rivet posts. You just do the two end ones. If you look at the video how I do it, you'll see it. So here it is, just especially done for you, sent by Ali again, another one from him, and it's the one I got the spare tyre from me mate Informal from for doing it. So here we go, let's get on with this. See you guys later.
Okay then, here we go. This is Corgi 314 Ferrari Berlinetta, and I know someone who's been waiting for this one, David Legault. Here it is, mate. You've been keeping on pestering me to do this one, so here it is. And you've got to thank Mr. Ian Hulley from Derbyshire for this one, because he sent this one in. So anyway, he's looking a bit scruffy, but we'll sort it out.
Okay, as you can see, we've got the what am I on about? The Ferrari Berlinetta, number 314, I believe. I think. Anyway, who cares what number it is? It's number 4. That. Well, this one here, good screen. Screen's alright. Headlights are there, but there's no exhaust, so I'm gonna have to make one of them. And the tyre's missing, but it's not missing, if you see what I mean, because I said back along, my mate from Cornwall sent me up a tyre for this one. Sent me some bits and that. Bloke, he sent me the box for the old Safari thing. He had a spare wheel for this one, so we've got a spare wheel. And that there was a hole there. If you remember the pot rivet, what I used the other day, or last week on the, not last week, week before, wasn't it? Last week, yeah, when we done the pot rivet in the bottom of that suspension, I said to you, oh, there's an axle there. Well, I've actually cut a piece of it off to fill up that little hole there, because it's meant to be like a pin in there. It's only for show, really, but I pinned it over a bit, the end of it, to make it look like like the original hub. So that fills that low up, and I'll glue that in there. But that's where the tyre goes, because when this shuts, you've got a pin on there, and there's a hole there. I've got to chrome all that over a bit anyway, but that's where the pin goes. The actual tyre, if there's a decent tyre on there, it needs a new tyre actually, that sort of grips the pin and it stops it opening. The tyre actually stops it opening. I mean, that tyre might be alright, but it'd be a bit loose, that's all. But I mean, you're only going to lift it up like that anyway, so I might leave that tyre on there, because Anyway, I'm babbling on. Let's get on with this one. The chap who he keeps on, there's a bloke on a subscriber, and he's been going on to ages for me to do this one, because I think he's on about these two things here, and he's not sure how to drill them out. Well, like I said, I did reply to him. David Legault, I don't know, I think so. You just got to drill a little bit of that off, because that part doesn't really hold this thing together properly. These are the main rivets, and you can get a rivet in there. So that there, you just take that off, just to take off the actual middle piece. So anyway, let's get on and do that. Take the old wheel out, put that somewhere safe. The exhaust I'm going to make out of this. These two end bits, it's a seating unit for, it's an old seating unit from the 261 Aston Martin James Bond thing. So I'm going to cut this piece off, so I've got one long piece like that, and then I'm going to file all this down nice and thin, and I'm going to cut the two bits off and join them on like that for the exhaust, because there's two pins missing off of this piece. but we'll do that when we get to it. But for now, let's get this drilled out. Okay, let's get the old drill going again. Look how easy that was. Lovely drill bits. Got to give you a mention again, mate. Paul, Pimp My Die Cast, sent me these bits. I've had no trouble at all with them. They're beautiful bits. Go for it like bloody butter, man. Really good drill bits they are. Let's tighten that up. Oh, I'm off course again. Oh, bloody hell, I'm going to move this again. Line her up. That's near enough. Near enough, good enough. Look how easy that was. Lovely job. Now you wonder why I haven't done these two. The reason why is because I'm going to do them with the battery drill. Because I don't want to take too much, because knowing me, I'll get carried away with that bloody pillar drill. It cuts so easy, you can easily get carried away with it. So all I'm going to do with these is just shear off a little bit at the top. Not too much. Just a little bit like that. So you leave a bit of it there, so you can snap it back in, if you know what I mean. Because all that's going to be done is glued when we put it back together. I'm going to put a bit of glue in that, because that'll all be the same colour as the bottom anyway when it's sprayed, and you won't even know it's been took apart there. Because I've done one of these before, and I actually done it in white, a custom colour I know, but it looks quite nice in white actually. But that's all I want to do with that, because that's going to snap back into that. So anyway, let's get this baby open. Let's chip off a bit of that shrapnel around there. Get a bit of that crap off, so she'll snap open easily. Should be alright now, should come apart now. Yeah, that'll do it. Right, come on baby. Don't mess with your old like that. Like, popped open nice and easy. That's gone. See, this back piece is what holds that in, see? You gotta like wedge this piece up here. It's not that, it's this here. You gotta wedge this piece up. Like that, see? And then you got the side bits. If I took enough off, that's the thing. Yeah, it should be alright. But you got to be careful, you don't want to bend any of this. I'll get a thinner screwdriver in there first. You just got to gradually work it until it pops. There he goes, see? Like that. Because you want to click that in nice and tight afterwards, see? The secret with these is just get it right when you actually take it apart. Is not to drill too much away. There it goes, look. And there it comes. There, it's gone. Put the wheels out of the way, don't need that from that. And there, I think that's the rivet post that matey boy's on about. Because you can't drill down, they're so thin. You know, it's hard to put a rivet in them. You don't need to. You don't need to put a rivet in them. You take this off. I'll take the old back piece out. So I'll get my old screwdriver in there again. Because I've got to stick an exhaust on there. There's a bit that's broke, that. The exhaust. These two pieces coming off of there. And that's what we're going to use that bit of plastic for. These pins will come out, because they only push in, they only go through that piece, through there, and they sort of go underneath that front piece like that. So you just push them through there, and they just go underneath that. They two front pieces, but they bits of wire will come out, and you can take them out if you want. If you're worried you're going to lose them or anything, that's the only pull out like that. Bit of piss, you know. But that's just got to be chromed over there. Apart from that, ain't too bad. Just got to do a little repair there, put a bit of chrome on that, Molotov, when the exhaust is put on again. I'll fold that flat. What I'll do the same where that is in, it's gone in a bit there. I shall fold that flat. If you can see that piece there, that. If I can zoom in, show you. The zoom in working. There it is. If I fold that sort of flat down to there, same on that side, then I can fit me exhaust piece on there, see, on the other side, and then chrome all that up the same, and then we'll have a new exhaust on there. And then, like I said, this piece here has just got to be chromed over because that's a pin goes in there, see, when you shut the back down. So that's pretty straightforward. Zoom back out again. Right. This here just pops off. The old dash just comes off that. That's okay actually. I just need a little bit of a clean up. That's nice and clean. Nice and shiny still. Windscreen just comes out. Be careful with that because that holds the actual the back part in. It's got a bit of scratching on it, but it's not cracked. I mean, that looks like a crack if you look there. I've just knocked the camera, sorry. From certain angles that looks like it's cracked, but I think, well, it could be actually, saying it now, but if I give it a good clean, you might not already notice that, because that's a pretty good screen apart from that. I might be able to try and, you know, get most of these scratches out. You already notice that piece, and it's only at a certain angle you can see it anyway. It is a crack, like, but I don't think it'll be too noticeable. It won't be too bad once it's cleaned up. The rest of the shine from the rest of it will take your eye off it. And then you just got these pieces here. You don't have to take all this off. There is a rivet there, but you don't have to take all that off. That can all stay as one piece. We need new transfers, obviously, but I have got some of them. I made some up a long time ago, and I think I've got one of them, another one of them as well somewhere. But that's about it, folks, really. Just gonna strip all this. Oh, we've got to drill these out, of course. We've got a fair size pin that to get our screws into. But I'll be using rivets. I'm not using screws. I'm going to screw these two out. Them there, you don't have to screw them out. Like I said, matey boy, David, I no doubt you're watching this. All you got to do, look, when you've screwed out these pieces, you can put your rivets in there, and then that just pops together like that. See, and it's popped back together, and all that'll be sprayed anyway, because when we spray it, all that'll get covered, and you won't even know that's been. See, that'll even pop together. That don't even need rivets. That it's not moving. See, it's in one piece. That see, they'll hold on. That's why I said be careful when you actually drill them out, because you want to use a bit of the. You don't want to cut too much of the rivet off because you want it to snap together again. See, but these rivets are loaded together. You don't need to worry about these. See, I don't know why they put them in there. Like I said, there's no point having these two rivets here really. But you know what Corgis like. They like to make things awkward for everybody. I think they knew people was going to restore these in years to come, and they just like to make it more awkward for people like us. There you go. Right, so what we're going to do is going to cut this off. There's the best way to go about this. I think I'll go just cut down there. Just work it in. rock it like that, and then you should gradually get through the plastic. No doubt there's better ways than this to do it, folks, but you know what I'm like. I'll probably end up chopping my bloody finger off, I expect. Never work against yourself like I am. I want to try and get this in one piece because there's got to be an easier way than this. I want to try and get this in one piece because I want to bloody put it in the drill, you know what I mean? So I want it in one piece, really. Cut it with the old pliers. Well, they're not pliers, they're nail cutters actually, but they're ruined. They're gone past their sell-by date for cutting nails. I'll just chomp a bit at a time. I'll try my bigger ones. This is a pain in the ass to do this, but it's got to be done. I'm not buying a whole suspension unit just because the bloody exhaust is missing on it. Right, so we've got that off. Bits of metal here everywhere. Hang on. So then all we got to do is try and chip this away now. It is coming off. Yeah. There. It's coming off, see? Just got to shave that off. That's easy enough. Just do it with the old blade. Do a bit of whittling. That's what they say, innit? That's what it's called, innit? That's what they do that in America, don't they? He sits on the old Huckleberry Finn on the riverbank. You should sit on the thing there, whittling away. But we're doing it with plastic. Just take a little bit off at a time like that. And this will eventually be an exhaust. Or it will end up turning into a couple of exhaust pieces anyway. Get the most of it worn down like that. There you go. There, that's not too bad. Let's brush that crap out of the way. There. So now we've got enough there to stick in the end of the drill so I can get it thin enough, because at the moment it's too thick. Let's see, it's way too thick for, you know, for the exhaust pieces on here. I've got to tidy these bits up here. Well, that's easy enough. I can do that now. If I cut down there a bit, you just cut down that bit like that without chopping your fingers off. I'm going to do it one day on camera, folks, so I can see it coming. That'll be a bit of a gory episode. You can see it happening somehow. Let's chip a bit of that away like that. I use the file on the rest of that now. I'll use my little file there, look. And just give it a bit of a, the old focus works a bit better, but give it a bit of a flat file like that. That's what you want, like that. Both bits. And keep the bloody thing to go straight. Getting there. I hope I'm not boring you people. But I'm trying to show you. I don't usually bother showing bits like this, but I want you lot to see all the crap I got to go through to try and do these things. It's a pain in the bloody backside sometimes. That's the only trouble. When you're going to make something, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, it's easy when you buy new parts, Just bang them in there, they're all done, but, you don't want to go forking out. I mean, a bit like that would probably cost you about £7 off of flowers or somewhere like that. And that's all that's wrong with it. It's the bloody exhaust on the back's missing. See, all you got to do that is just get the old 2 bits on there. Put them on with the old cement, the super glue and bicarbon, and it's done, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to put this one in the multi-tool in a minute. Gone fuzzy again. There we go. And I'm going to try and, if I stick the end in there like that, stick the end in there, we've got to do is switch it on. Oh, well, saying that, it's not even bloody gripping that. That's a lot of bloody good, isn't it? That's that thing that come off the Dremel, that thing. Crap. That's why I took it off, actually. I'll use me Dremel one. Or me chuck that used to be on it. Well, I put on this Dremel tool now. That'll load it. I wanted to take the old collar off, actually. God, what a mess this is turning out, this video, isn't it? You don't want to see all this crap. That's going to have to come off that. Because I can't do the Dremel up tight enough. Put that in there. There I can. Because I want a smaller row in the end, if you know what I mean. So I can put that bit of stuff in there like that. That's too small now. God, what a boring video this is turning out to be, innit? Right. Now, I'm going to put my old thing on that, the sandpaper. That's all I want, the sandpaper, put the old thing on. And sand it down, like that. Well, carry on with this, guys, and I'll be back when I've got it down to the actual thickness I want, and then I shall stick it on the back of that thing. So, be back in a sec. Okay, so I've got these 2 bits cut off now, and what I've done, if you look at the ends, I've actually drilled a little bit out with a hand. I'll show you what I use. Look, it's only a made up thing what I made. It's just a little drill like that, and I put that in the end, and I've drilled out so it looks like it's an exhaust pipe, see? So we're going to glue these on to the ends of here now, and hopefully when it's finished it should look alright. You shouldn't be able to tell really once you got all back on the body of the car and all that. So I put a bit on either side there. I'm being plentiful with this because I want to tack it there first, and then I'm going to put a bit around it so as I can stick the old bicarbonate on there. So we stick that bit on like that somehow. I want it to slant up slightly. Oh, it's coming off. Let's stick this one on that. See if I fare better with that one. Oh, get on there. See, this is the trouble, isn't it? It's meant to be super glue. Super shit. Come on. Don't mess me around now. Right. Let's try and straighten them up slightly. Trying to get the bloody things so they're level. You know, that one's not too bad. This one here could come up slightly. That's not too bad. Right, now if I get a bit more gunge around them, blob it on there like that, and on that bit, and around there. And around there. And around there. Out of shot, sorry. And around there, why not? Blob it all on there. That's it. Right. Now I want some special powder. Get it everywhere, I don't care. Yeah, get on. Go for it, he says. Who cares? Blob it on there like that. Get most of it on the actual. Yeah, that'll do. See, now that should deal with that. I'll pick some of that up, that sprinkle it over there. I'm not wasting it, am I? And that should deal with our exhaust problem. Brand new exhaust now, that's see? Yeah, get on, go for it. That's what I say. Oh, I'll brush that away, I'm not worried about that. There, so that's how we've dealt with our exhaust problem. Put the glue away. No, me, I've not got bloody lot over everywhere. But there you go. So, all I've got to do now, I'll let this harden up properly. I shan't be messing around with this no more now. And then all I'll do, I'll touch up them chrome bits there. I'll wash the rest of it because it don't look too bad actually, this one. It just needs a bit of soap on it really. I don't know about the headlights, I might have to go over them, but I'll deal with that when we come to it. But there's the exhaust. There's the exhaust all fixed. Got the old pipes. So all we've got to do now, strip this lot, and then, well, you know the rest. Okay folks, as you can see, I've stripped all this now. I've had my brush on it, all nice and cleaned up. Now, David Legault, all you got to do is drill out these two. That's the only two rivets you need to drill out, the thicker ones. These two here, just leave them as you know, when you sort of took it apart, you just leave them two. Because when you put it back together, they'll just click into place like that and you won't even know they've been touched really. Because all that'll be painted over. You can put a little dab of glue on there if you want to. But it's entirely up to you. You can put a little dab on there when you actually close it up and then put your rivets in. But you don't drill them all the way out when you drill them. You just drill them enough so you can just pop it off, if you know what I mean. So don't go mad trying to drill these out because they're too thin. They're really too thin. You'll only end up splitting them and then that'll ruin it. But anyway, that's the trick with these. You just do the end rivets as a normal restoration. Like, that'll load it on. You know, it ain't going to go nowhere. Once you got it all stuck back together like and riveted back like that you know, that ain't going to go anywhere. That's not going to fall off, is it? Because you got rivets in there. So there's no need to worry about it. And plus it'll look original because you'll still have the tops of the actual, still, you know, the posts there still. So anyway, we'll get to spray that in a sec. I've repaired this piece. As you see, I've sprayed it matte black. I don't know why, but they say that if you spray it matte black, use that as an undercoat for chroming when you chrome something, and it's supposed to turn out better. So I've always done it anyway. So I'm going to get a bit of paint ready now on the Molotov. And get a bit started. If I lay that flat, I don't know how far the paint's come out at the moment. I just want to get it. I'll do it on the actual model, because if it does come out, it'll go over what I want to paint anyway, and I won't get no waste. Is what I do. I get a bit in the top, in the actual nib. It's nearly there. There. That's what I want. If you look at that, there's a bit of paint in the top of the nib, you see, and I can dip my brush into that down there. So I stands this one up, and I'll just dip my brush in there, and then I'll use it and put it on by brush. And that's how I don't lose any sort of paint then. So if I get a bit on my brush, I don't waste any of it then, you see. See? And just go over it. What you got to go over with the brush. Paint it straight over. Don't be too sparing with it, because you want the shine. You want the chrome finish. And if you put it on too thin, it's not going to be very shiny. As it never comes up very shiny if you put it on too thin. Stick a bit in there. I've stuck these two bits of plastic on with the super glue and the bicarbonate soda, and that's made it go off nice and hard. But you see, we've got our exhaust back. So I'll finish all this off, and then we'll go and spray these. Okay, as you can see, I've got all the undercoat done. So let's get some red on this. Try and get in all the little nooks and crannies. I think I've got it all. I think I'll do for that coat. It's not looking too bad. Okay, let's go for the old top part, top of the top shell of the car. Give this a nice going over. There's so many little nooks and crannies in these things. You gotta get into every little bit, because it's so easy to miss bits. Yeah, that'll do. It's not too bad. Finally, we got our base plate, which on this one is the same colour as the actual model, whereas on a lot of them, as you know, they're all sprayed the grey. But seeing this is like the side bits here, it's part of the actual, you know, model. It's got to be done red. Yeah, that'll solve that. So now, gotta wait for this to dry, get our decals put on, or decals, or however you want to pronounce it. I don't see how it matters, but get them put on and then get it lacquered over, and we can put this thing back together. Okay, I've got it all sprayed up. I've given it another flash over with the red. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the I've cut these transfers out. I'm going to put them on, and then give it a coat of lacquer, and we'll see what it looks like. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's so fiddly trying to put these decals on. I've done it once before and it's a pain. It's a lot easier for me to do this off camera because I can get myself comfortable and line them up easier. But I mean, you know how to put decals on, so you don't need me to show you that. But the paint's come out pretty good. Look at the shine on that. Nothing wrong with that. So I'll get that done in a minute, and we'll bring it back when it's all lacquered over, when I've sealed the decals over. Okay, I've done all that. So also I've stuck the old spare tyre in. I've glued it in, as you can see. I'm not worried about that there under there because you can see that that's my old cement, you know, bicarbonate soda. Good stuff. So that's all sealed on there. So this is ready to go back together now. So anyway, let's get the old glass in. That's been treated, and as you can see, that scratch there, you can hardly see that little well, it's a crack in it. You can see it now, that from the other side, from inside, but you can hardly see it from outside. That is hardly noticeable. So I'm quite happy that's not going to show. Right, this I'll put the old transfers on, as you can see that, and I painted the old number plate up as well. Right, now this here gets held in by the glass. So if we put the old thing in there, well, saying that, don't want to bloody go in there now, that. Always a way, innit? Why don't you want to go in there now? I'm just wondering, if I check, is that slightly bent? Does that look slightly bent to you guys? I think it is, isn't it? I didn't notice that before. Don't say that now. I wonder if that's why. I wonder if that's why it won't go in. How can I do that now? Hang on, let's have a look at this. I'm a bit peeved now. I should have checked that really before. Trouble is, if I use these things, it's going to scratch it. Mine opened before, didn't it? So let's have another go. It could be because of the paint. It did open before. I never had no trouble with it opening before, so there's no reason it shouldn't go back in. Now if I work it, wiggle it, there we go. So yeah, it's going on alright, that. I'm being a bit too fussy, I think, here. Right, put the glass in. That'll load that piece. Then we want our steering. And our dash just pops in there like that. And then we got our new exhaust piece. That goes in like that. There we get now, folks. Got our wheels on. And then, like I said to David, all we've got to worry about is these end rivets. These bits pop in. Oh, I know what I am putting. Silly old sod. Is these suspension pieces that. Christ, what am I playing at here? I'm getting too eager here. Take it out again. Out you come. Put my old suspension bits in there. I'll put them back. So we won't have any spring, any step. How far down does that go? Yeah, it's only down to there. Put the other one back there. Just feed them through there like that. So you got to do. Right, now we can put it back. Now we'll have a bit of spring in each step. And then put the old bottom back on that. And so like I said, you want to try and snap these together now. It should go better together now because you've got the extra paint on there. Yeah, see? He clicked. There he goes. See, now that should hold it while you get your rivets in. You see? I've already cut my rivets, so they're a shorter one for the back and a bit longer for the front. Let's get a bit of glue, give it a little blob. I'm gonna grab this one because I don't want it to. A little blob in there. Stick the little back one in. Push it down a little bit, the old glue in it. And then just gradually push it in because you don't want the glue to come out everywhere. Just tap it in a little bit to start with. Let it find its level. I put a bit too much glue in there, I think. Pushing in. Wipe it off your finger quick, but don't use the same finger twice, otherwise you'll get bloody marks. See, because out there, David, the goat, if you're watching, which you probably are, these are the two rivets that hold this together. Don't worry about them two. I haven't even glued them. I'm not really bothered about them because they're not the main rivets of this car. The ones that hold it together are these two, you know, the two end ones. Don't even have to glue the other ones. It's up to you if you do. I am bothered. I did say I wasn't going to bother, and I am. Because I just want to prove a point to you folks. You don't need to do it, really. It will stick just as good with just them two. Put your other rivet in there like that. I didn't go mad this time. And there you go. And that opens up, as you can see, to reveal all your engine. Get a bit of light on it. And you got your spare tyre there, as you can see the pin. See how it touches that tyre, and then you just push it down like that, and that holds it tight. And that's all you do. I'll squeeze that enough together. I don't know if I have. Let's push it a bit more. Yeah, I didn't squeeze it together enough, guys. That's why it's showing a bit of a gap. But there you go. And there, we've got the Ferrari Berlinetta.
Okay, folks, here it is. This is how it looked like. This is a pretty scruffy looking old model. Another one from Ian, this is. David the Goat, you've been waiting for me to do this one. Well, this is partially to help you out with yours as well. So anyway, this is what it looked like before we started. Pretty scruffy looking. Needed some attention. And after what we done, wow, look at the difference. Hell of a difference. New paint job, new numbers, wheels all smartened up. You can't see the spare wheel in the back, but there is one, as you know. New exhaust, because the exhaust was broke. Glass has all been treated with the old special solution. And, well, generally, looks a lot better, I'd say. Anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more, watch me again when I come back with another restoration, and hopefully be another another one next week. So until then, it's bye bye from me.